Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the museum. I've been involved with the museum since October of 2006. We have a space across the street at 108 Orchard Street, which has gotten too small for us. We decided that we needed a new space for the museum. We needed a larger space for our visitors. We needed classroom space for our students. We needed the ability to grow, a space that we could grow into. We wanted to own the space rather than having to be subject to rent increases. And so when this building became available, we took advantage of the opportunity. This is a project that is probably a little bit above and beyond the museum's means, but because it was such an amazing opportunity, the museum has decided that they were going to go after it. It is probably close to a almost $13 million project by the time it's finished. Now we're at the point where we're about to start to renovate it. The city has given us a nice grant. The bank is being supportive and lending us some of the money, and we still had some money left over from our capital campaign. Between those three groups, we have the money we need to fully renovate the building. Where I'm standing now is where the new visitor center / museum shop is going to be. It's about 50% larger than our current shop. We see 170,000 visitors a year, and you can imagine how tight that gets. If you've been to the museum shop at 108 Orchard Street, we're going to try to recreate that experience because it's been a very, very successful space. Our visitors have given us very positive feedback, and so we would like to recreate it, but modernize it slightly. The windows are going to be floor to ceiling. The views out to Delancey Street are going to be dynamic. People driving by in their cars from the Williamsburg Bridge will be able to see the Tenement Museum's new visitor center. Currently, all our visitors come into the shop, they buy their tickets, maybe they want to buy a book, and then they go into the museum itself, which is at 97 Orchard Street. They can see a film in the shop, and we will have a space for the film right over here. But then if you look down this way, this is where the new exhibition space will be, where we will for the first time be able to have changing exhibits. We'll be able to show some of the museum's collections, maybe tell some more of the stories of our immigrants who've lived in our museum. And it will give us the ability to see many, many more visitors than we can see in our current space across the street at 108 Orchard. A lot of the space here is not salvageable, but we are trying to save as much as possible. There are some brick walls that we're going to preserve, and where possible, we will preserve what's existing. Where the opportunity is in the upper floors, as apartments do become vacant, we are going to consider telling the stories of immigrant groups that came to this country after 1935, when our historic museum building was shut down. So there will be opportunities for us to go into upper apartments and really recreate and preserve the architecture in those spaces. And it's going to be fantastic.